Chwal Lock Monano TV, Tian Yupomea Nimokitela, Kamonge, one Kilu Lokum, Tela, governance, politics. Kitwale chui be kirano genetica make but Tian and Watikana Guineon, Watikana, Biruba wine movie, E Kumalami Uganda, Tutwale, a bit very specific, a bit like Gulu Maduong and Obina, Northern Uganda, like Amela Yakin Noya, allow me at this point to use English. Welcome to this channel. This show is called Anyimwagitela, that translates to our future with politics, because this is where we talk politics, we talk governance and all that. I'm not a politician, but I know this nation runs on politics one way or another, and in one way or another we are directly affected by politics. So let's look at Bobi Wine. What happened exactly, what transpired yesterday. And before I go further, I want to thank all of you that subscribe to this channel. But let's look at Bobi Wine. Let's start from Noya. Bobi Wine in Noya, you saw how these goons, NRM goons, attacked him and all that. I don't want to say that generally those are NRM guys, I don't know who they are, but to see them act like that in the presence of the security organs and nothing is being done upon it, I feel like they have some affiliations and all that. And so I asked myself, I'm like, is Bobi Wine a Ugandan presidential candidate? And the answer is yes. And the other question is, does this serve justice? And the answer is no. Because as a politician and a presidential flag bearer, he's given the mandate by the Constitution of Uganda through the Electoral College that he should be moving around the country and selling his idea. And this is one of it. He's doing what he's supposed to do. It's legal for him to move around and sell his idea. I am not a NUP guy. I don't support parties. I don't do politics. But in one way or the other, like I say, we are affected every day by politics. But as a Ugandan who cares about justice, equality, and human rights and all that, I looked at that and I'm like, whoa, this is very disturbing, very bad image for us out there, because this man was just doing what is required of him by the Electoral College, Electoral Commissions. He's supposed to move around, sell his idea. And we saw, see this video.
Everyone knows we are supposed to begin campaigning here. But all the police officers are here. But all these police officers, they block the roads for me not to campaign. What is happening here? Look at what is.
And you see that picture next to the video that shows you that Bobi Wine was stopped by these NRM goons, and the organs, security organs, are doing less about it, doing nothing about it. And this is very bad. It's very bad. And these people get violent. And as he was trying to proceed to a Lego, you saw what happened. The heavy deployment, they are blocking him. And this looks really scary. It instills fears in the human, in Ugandans. So at the end of the day, we cannot go to listen to his ideology. I mean, we can oppose, right? That's why we have opposition. We can disagree, right? That's why we sell our ideologies. We can always have different ideologies, but that does not mean we should not coexist peacefully. We should disagree to agree at some point. But I asked myself, if this was your son disagreeing with you, and this is how you treat them, this is how you handle them, how would it feel? This was your brother, this was your sister. Because it's not just in Noya. I've seen other pictures, other videos elsewhere, like that was in Barra, where this lady's breast was outside. Check the picture. Lady's breast is outside. She's being handled as if she has done some criminal stuff, as if she's not even a Ugandan. Come on guys, you can do better than that. As Ugandans, we can do better than that. Let's put politics last. Let's put the country first. Let's put our citizens first. I appeal to the security organs. Let's not be so extreme. These are Ugandans, and you ought to protect them, to be there for them, not to hurt them, not to cause them pain, not to disorganize them, not to instill fear and trauma in them. We can do better. So let's talk about the Gulu Bobi Wine's coming. I want you to start with this video.
This one is now not campaign in Gulu, Joanne. This one is something else. This one is not campaign in Gulu. This one is no longer campaign in Gulu. Even the street kids. Hey, even the street kids, as long as you're wearing red, they're beating you. This one is now not campaign.
When you look at this video, these are young boys and girls. They know they got energy, and the elderly people use them to their advantage. These boys are deployed on street, and we are quite sure they're not security people. So you ask yourself, they're dressed, covered in masks, with sticks, as if we are recruiting some new recruitees. Oh, these are rebels. I mean, at the end of the day, what kind of examples are you putting out as leaders? What Ugandan do you want tomorrow if this is what you want to use the youth for? These boys, they beat irrespective of what people were doing. Because I saw them beat some people even from the border. Ladies were beaten from the border guys. I mean, these people were not just beating, because later on they started looting people's stuff as well. It was very disturbing. They loot, they destroy people's stuff. One of the boutiques suffered the same incident. And it was the very boys that were deployed to disorganize the Bobi Wine and his team. Look at this video. Those are the boys doing what they can do. And this is the Ugandans we have right now, and the Uganda we all live in. And it looks very bad. It is really a very bad image of a Uganda. Because, just like I said, Bobi Wine is a presidential candidate. He is meant to be treated equally. Now, as a Ugandan who puts politics last and puts humanity first, equal rights, I look at justice, I look at fair treatment and a level ground for politics, I feel like this is uncalled for. This is so extreme. I saw in one of the pics in the past where police dogs were even deployed to handle Bobi Wine's, campaign team. This is very disturbing. When you look at the Mbara incident, it's really bad. It's really uncalled for. So as Ugandans, I ask of all Ugandans, irrespective of your status, your background, if you're into the security, please treat the fellow with love, with care. Don't let politics divide us. Don't let this cost us. Because the one that you're hurting is someone's brother. The one that you're hurting is someone's mother, is someone's sister, is someone's cousin. This same thing can happen to you, your brother, your cousin, your sister. So we ought to have a peaceful Uganda, a better Uganda, the Uganda we all dream to have. It starts now, and it starts by treating each other with some bit of equality, Because when you look at, it wasn't just Bobi Wine. Bobi Wine and his team, because Bobi Wine, like I say, he wanted to access Gulu City from Ajumani. Now look at this video.
Keep attacking us, guarded by the police and the military. And now, they are beating us for campaigning in a place that the Electoral Commission knows we're supposed to be campaigning. The Electoral Commission knows we're supposed to be campaigning here. Look at what they are doing to us.
So Bobi Wine tried to access Gulu, and it was first denied by the security organs, and later on he decided to get off his car and to walk to the news office. A man is just trying to access his office, and you're denying him. For what and why? I thought he was supposed to be in Gulu. And now, when this failed, he decided to walk. As they start to walk, they were beaten. And look, the worst bit, they were not just beaten by a men in uniform. There were people that were in non-uniform, covered their face, and they're beating. And we surely know that they're part of the security because they're beating and they're with you and you're doing nothing about it. We also saw this incident. This guy is trying to conceal their number plate. That means you're not doing something right. All these guys in the security, covered in masks, covered in shades and masks. Why do you do that if you're doing the right thing? If you're doing something legal, why do you cover your face? Why do you do that? All I'm trying to say is, let's be peaceful, let's coexist. We can disagree ideologically, but we can still remain Ugandans before politics. We can still remain Ugandan before political parties. Because what if your son disagree with you tomorrow? I mean, just look, a case in point, you happen to be the DPC of Gulu right now. And your son happens to practice politics in the nearby future. And you're not in power anymore. And your son is being beaten by the opposition or anything like that. How would it feel for you, for your family? I mean, I'm not a politician, but I'm just a concerned Ugandan. And to be specific, yesterday it was a very bad day to be an Acholi. Because the boys that were deployed, influenced by our political leaders, were all these young boys from the region. And they were just used. I mean, because you're using them today, and you know these are the ghetto youth. You're using them today. You call them a go. Tomorrow, if they start doing a similar things to fellow citizens that is no longer related to politics, you are going to blame them, you're going to complain. But you're showing them that they're useful in that area. You're equipping them. You're giving them the leave to do this thing. You're giving them the entitlement to do these things tomorrow. And you are going to be the ones crying at the end of the day that they've done this, they've done that. We are doing this. We are breeding this kind of behaviors. At the end of the day, criminality rises up, but it's because you showed them the way. Come on, we can do better. As for the Acholi leaders, the kind of politics we are indulged in right now, we are engaging ourselves in. From the look of things yesterday, this specifically I want to talk, I believe that these NRM leaders knows this. What happened yesterday, we know you had meetings over this and you planned for this and this happened. But as a tribal person, as somebody who really wants to put Acholi on the map, how does it look for you? Isn't this so disappointing? Isn't this so ashaming? Isn't this so embarrassing? Isn't this so barbaric? Come on, we can do better. And for our young boys, please, do not let them use you, because at the end of the day, these guys will use you and dump you. You're just being used as tools. Use your brain. Use your intellectuals. The kind of politics we are practicing right now is a very low IQ kind of politics. Someone referred to it in the past as Komanyoko kind of politics. Very useless. We can do better than that. Otafire once says that he believes in a correct ideology, a pure and correct ideology. I believe this is far away. Being a strong NRM like him, talking about correct and pure ideology, you guys are running away from it. And this will just make NRM unpopular in this region. NRM has a very good ground in northern Uganda. But seeing you do this injustice on the opponents, on the people of Uganda, it makes NRM very unpopular. It makes us feel like it's for a certain class of people that we don't belong there. I mean, let's treat all these politicians with, respect, because as it still stands right now, any of them can make it. So you can't be treating them like that. Look at other democratic countries. Presidential candidates are not treated like that. So all these that you've seen, the videos, are very disturbing. And we are beating Ugandans, you're hurting Ugandans, you're causing pain to Ugandans. To tell you the truth and a fact, before I done Magic being a NUP guy, he's a Ugandan. And better still, he's a Northerner. He's a Langi. We are very close to them. We have Okelo that was also beaten. And we have so many of them that were beaten. And some innocent people that were just using the public road were also beaten because this thing got them on the road and it's a public road. Where do you expect them to go? And you just start to beat them like that. Like I said, young girls were beaten on the border guys, on the border bikes. So, what image are you portraying about actually people, you actually leaders? What image are you portraying? And for the security organs in Uganda, what image are you putting out there? What image? To whom that this concerns, please, let's not be so extreme. Let's treat Uganda with love, Ugandans with love, and show cares, and take care of them, respect them, give them equal rights, equal opportunities. Let them, it's a free country. Our constitutions talk about, rights to expressions, and you're not giving the people rights to expressions. You're not love with cares. I might have talked too much, but I've always wanted to talk about this as a concerned Ugandan. I'm not a politician. I don't associate myself with politics, but politics is what drives the country. So on Anyimwagetela, which translates that our future with leadership or with politics. Today, make sure to subscribe and follow this page for more information and update and reactions like this. Stay tuned here and subscribe, like I said, on our channel. But let's be loving citizens of Uganda. Let's be caring citizens of Uganda. Let's treat one another with respect and not with disrespect. And let's care about what tomorrow holds, because we may disagree today, and tomorrow we may still work something out together. So you never know. Today you're an NRM, tomorrow you may cross. Tomorrow today I may be a NUP, tomorrow I might cross. So please, let political parties comes last, and Uganda and Ugandans and peace and love prevails. Peace out on Yes TV. On Yes TV.